All right, so here we are, with another episode of Titans Tuesday. I'm slowly getting over this loss. Every day I go into work, somebody, how about them Titans? Just giving them that legitimacy that we might not be a for real contender. I still think we are. I definitely still think we are. The Titans just have this horrible ability to play down to their opponents and play up to their opponents. I mean, granted, when you play up to them, it's great. When you're going out there and you're beating the Jags, you're beating these teams that everyone says you shouldn't. It's great. But when you play down to your opponents, like last week, my gosh. So no surprise, Nick Williams was cut. Guys on the bubble of making the team. You get out there, you really have your opportunity, and then you do that. I mean, for those of you who don't know, then you're really probably not my audience, let's be honest. He dropped a pretty gimme ball. It was hit him in the hands. I feel like that's like wide receiver 101. You never try to catch the ball with your body at all costs. I mean, granted, catch it, but they always say he tried to collect it into his body. I don't know. I really don't understand what happened there. This is the second game of the season where the Titans have failed to score a touchdown. That's not a good look. It's hard to win games if you don't score touchdowns, even if you do kick 4 field goals. It's really no surprise to me that, like I said, Nick Williams was cut. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't added any other receiver. I mean, I know they added the tight end Frisker, but I mean, is that really what you're concerned on? I guess Jonnu Smith, maybe that they're putting him on alert. I guess maybe not the problem, but I felt like Jonnu Smith and Mariota had some chemistry last year. I don't really understand because he did have a touchdown. He had a few decent plays, but I kind of don't know where all that went. I mean, he looks like a clone of Delaney Walker, but boy, he doesn't play like it. So going forward, I really think, LaFleur has been touted as this genius. The McVay, Goff situation last year, they put up so many points, yet we can't score touchdowns. If you're creative enough, I think that this team has the skill set to be creative. You got a dual threat quarterback, probably the fastest quarterback in the league, I would imagine. I don't think there's many quarterbacks that are faster than Mariota, if any. And, you've got Dion Lewis in the backfield. You can also switch it up and put Derrick Henry back there. You got Corey Davis, who, for his size, is a very fast guy. Then, you got Tywan Taylor. You could even put a Dory Jackson out there. And, if you really want to be creative, then you could go out there and you could fool some people. But I don't see it. It's been a very, I don't want to say plain Jane, but it's been very vanilla. I don't know if maybe his system's so complex they were not really able to install the full thing in the offseason. I understand that they're just now getting back to 100% health. Well, they won't be 100% because Delaney's out. But this has just not been the offense that everyone thought we would see when we hired Matt LaFleur. I've always thought that Mariota was huge in hurry-up. I always thought he's a great hurry-up quarterback, no huddle. I know that that's just not dependent on him. It's also dependent on the wide receivers, the personnel that's out there. But I really think they got to pick up the pace. How many times last week they got to delay a game? They've just been snapping the ball with 1 second left on the clock. I'm not saying always go out there and run no huddle or do, but let's mix it up. Let's try to get these defenses a little off. I'd love to sit here and critique what the defense is doing, but like I said in my previous videos, I refuse to critique somebody. They allowed 13 points. Their quarterback threw for under 100 yards. If I told you that, you would assume the other team would win. But we didn't. The offense really granted, we've been good without having the turnovers, and then, last week happened. Put the ball on the ground twice. I was a little confused because last night I saw, I don't remember whose fumble it was. Somebody had a fumble on Monday Night Football. It reminded me just like the Tywan Taylor incident, but they ruled it an incomplete pass. So Or no, actually, I think they rolled the other way. The reason why I got confused because Jeff Triplett with the analysis was horrible drop and said that, oh, I think it's coming back because he clearly didn't have possession, but he clearly did. So it like confused me. I'm like, how is that? And then of course Jeff Triplett. It was just showing why he's no longer a ref. But I'd really like to see Vrabel and LaFleur get creative. Maybe, like I said, I kind of I'm hedging my bets now. Like I said, like the run game's gonna get off. They were averaging 5 yards a carry. That's a lot. That's a lot. But I don't like. It's weird that game. I have yet to be able to bring myself to rewatch the highlights just because it was so maddening the way it all went down. Where'd all the possessions go? Was it that long a drive? I'm really sitting there thinking like, the drives have been so long. The clock management at the end by the Titans was horrible. I mean, we had 8 minutes left. We went down there and kicked a field goal. Like, we had no sense of urgency. They were trying to milk the clock. We're not going to milk the clock for a 9-minute drive. I'm sorry. There's rare occasions. I think we did it once this year, but that was a really, really rare occasion. And so basically, when you went down there and you did that, you gave yourself absolutely zero time on the back end, just in case they could kick a field goal. You really needed to get in the end zone. That was the thing. You needed to get in the end zone. But anyway, so I really think that Mariota's going to he's going to play well this week. He's kind of got this trend, like he's almost got this Bortles-like trend where he plays one good game, one bad game, one good game, one bad game. I mean, he definitely plays better at home than he does away. So I'm really hoping that, chemistry can't happen in a second, but I'm really, really hoping that they can get some sort of chemistry going between him and Corey Davis, Jonnu Smith, somebody out there. I mean, Tajay Sharp, he had a drop, but he did come up with some key catches down there. I can't really get on him too much. I mean, they didn't really throw at Corey Davis much. I mean, I know Tre'Davious White was on him, but I also, one last thing before I cut this off, I also am very, I hate when they make I hate when we scheme our offense to dictate to their defense. Why can't, once in a while, we just go dictate our offense to their defense? Like, do what we do best. But I always feel like we're trying to scheme around their defense. I guess maybe there's just not enough confidence or whatever. But anyway, guys, tighten up. Hopefully we get the win this week. I haven't even looked at the predictions just because I've been so sick of that steaming pile that was left up in Orchard Park. But thanks for watching. Please, please, please sub, follow, do what you gotta do. Helps me keep going every day. And thanks for watching.